Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, friends, and how are you? I hope you've had a good week. I've had a very good week. I appeared on my friend Lynn Stevenson's show for all of our friends up near Kincardine. I will be appearing on the next round of episodes of Third Eye View with Lynn Stevenson and Pam Mahoney, and we did predictions for 2023. And in case you don't know, it's the the Chinese New Year. So happy New Year to everybody. It's the year of the water rabbit. Okay, so I'll take a breath and tell you what to expect of the year of the water rabbit. You're going to find that it still has the same emotional energies and how things tend to be very changeable and fluid. And that's because last year was a water year and this year is a water year. So you still have the emotions and the passions that are brought on by the element of water. But what changes is a change from the tiger, who is aggressive and aggressive and violent, and the tiger tends to be very difficult, high energies to deal with. Whereas when you get to the rabbit, it becomes a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more gentle. You can take life a little bit more easy. Rabbit energies definitely bring prosperity. You'll find a lot more births this year, of course. Gardens should do well. So the rabbit is a good sign. I'm not going to get into all the signs, but I am going to tell you, rabbits out there, that the people who have the hardest time in any given year of the Chinese zodiac, it would be the person whose sign matches the zodiac. So this year it's the rabbit. So you rabbit folks out there, you're not going to have an easy year of it. It's kind of going to be every time you turn around, it's going to be another man in the mirror kind of moment. Okay, so you just kind of got to realize you're dealing with your own self during the year of the rabbit. Okay, so if anybody else wants to know for their sign for this year, just ask in the chat. And I know we have a lot of people. And hi to everybody. This is our favorite hour of the week, isn't it, sweetie?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
I'm really tired today.
He is. He worked 10 hours yesterday and 10 hours today.
Oh, don't brag.
Yeah. But you're doing good. Okay.
A lot of people are. What are we starting off with? We got a viewer question via email.
We got an email. I love it when we get email. I wish more of you folks would send your questions in advance to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com. And if you do that, I will read your question and answer your question first, like I'm doing for Brother Medium Chris. And he says, "Hi there, cuz. This Wednesday, I have a job interview with a location I've been trying to get in from age of 25. Wow. How will it go for the interview? Will I land the job?" Oh boy. Well, first off, congratulations. Whether or not you land the job, it's pretty exciting to get the interview. So you're closer than ever. Might be a good time to do a lot of cleansing baths and maybe put a little bit of rosemary in your shampoo to sharpen things. Wear malachite. Take off a lot of the crystals and stick with just one or two. And I would put malachite really high up on the list, because malachite's good for both focus and for creativity and communication. So and on top of that, it has grounding energies, and it's a good crystal for writers. But in your case, you're kind of writing an interview, so malachite would be, I think, the crystal for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. We're pretty happy for you. That's pretty exciting, getting an interview after all this time. Well, not all this time, since you were 25. So what, 2-3 years? Anyhow, here we go. Let's see what the cards have to say to you. How is the interview going to go for Brother Creed Chris? Okay. And of course, you will recognize my old friends here, this Capini Tarot, which I love dearly. Okay, so you have the Hanged Man upside down, reversed. So the Hanged Man upside down talks about making not good sacrifices. So it looks like in the past things really haven't gone your way. And so I think you might be short on faith, because this guy in and of itself to even get into this position requires an act of faith. And here it's reversed. So I think that, like you remember I said about, cleansing with rosemary and sage, doing a lot of meditations, do everything you can to get yourself grounded and centered between now and then. This talks about the idea of faith. Okay, so now you said that it was, did you say when the interview was? I can't remember.
Tuesday, I think.
Well, it's just the number 3, so it makes me think that
Wednesday.
It makes me think that it might be at 3:00, because when I see this 3, it just feels like time. Be very, very careful about being on time. That's I think that's very important. Like, you wouldn't want to show up 2 hours early, but it wouldn't hurt to be 20 minutes early. 15 to 20 minutes is an acceptable amount of time. So maybe you want to take the bus and get there close to the time and just relax and unwind with a cup of coffee or something, and then show up 15 to 20 minutes early, and you should be perfect. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. It ends up with a magician. So it's what this basically says. It's yours to win. It's yours to lose. And it's reminding you you've done a lot to manifest this so far. So follow through on it. Because this is yours to win or lose. So make sure that you're grounded, well grounded. You see that in the Hanged Man, the way his foot is right down there when it's reversed like that. Make sure you're well grounded. Make sure you're on time and kind of rested and chill. So make sure you're in the general area ahead of time. Have time to have a cup of coffee in advance, so you don't look like you just got off the bus. And the Magician's such a good place for it to end up. So it's in your hands. You could get this. You could make this happen.
Well, there you go. You know who's next?
Sonia.
Sonia's next. She wants to know about her 8th grader not liking school. Must be her first kid.
I was gonna say, I would worry if she likes school, because usually it's just the mean kids that like. Well, I shouldn't make a generalization like that, but in her case, it does feel more like a personality thing that she doesn't like. And I will admit, when they get around grade 8 and 9, they could just be the biggest jerks in the world. I'll tell you what, I got into a fist fight when I was in grade 8. Long story, so I won't tell you, but trust me, I can understand why kids just don't like, if you're a nice kid or you're getting picked on, and a lot of kids are getting picked on. There's a lot of kids out there that just don't have enough and have frustrations in their life, and they're the ones that become bullies. So the schools are ripe with bullies, maybe a few more than when we were kids, and the bullies certainly can get through a lot easier. So all those things seem to play here. Now I'm going to see what the cards have to say about the situation with your daughter, but I think it might be a good idea to find other options for her. Keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a child care specialist. I did, however, raise a rocket scientist. Yeah, I think that this is exactly what's happening. And I see that in the 7 of Wands. This character right here is a bit of a bully. And when I look at this particular depiction of the 7 of Wands, that's what I think. And it the bully shouldn't win, but the bully is winning. And it's making her dislike school. I can see that she used to be a really good student, and she'd talk a lot about her dreams for the future. Now it's hard to even get her out the door for school. Have you thought about talking about ways of homeschooling? She can take her education online. I know that it's a little harder for the parents because there's this accountability with the kids, and so you have to keep on top of them a little bit more. But that might be the way to go. She doesn't need to grow up learning how to deal with bullies.
All readings are for entertainment purposes only.
Okay, Joanne wants a message for February.
Message for February.
Okay. So, I wish it wouldn't jump like that.
Oh.
I know there we go. Okay, so Joanne wants a message for February. And I'm just gonna keep with these cards. They feel good tonight.
Well, I put your favorite cards on the table.
Message.
From gentle to itch slap.
Okay, message for February. Huh. This is interesting because two came. Oh, okay. One thing for February, keep your ears to. There's a phrase, keep your ears to the ground, and that just kind of means, be listening to things, be listening to rumors, look for posts, look for messages, because it seems like you might have some good news coming about career opportunities. And part of it is just being attentive, reading all the emails, reading all the posts, paying attention. You pay attention and you will be able to catch an opportunity that you can grab onto, which is pretty cool. February is a cold month. Better spend it focusing on your career, unless you like skiing. Ooh, yeah, there's balance to be had here. It feels like you're going to balance out a lot of things in your life that seem to be up in the air right now. It feels like not just career, but feels like relationships too. It's sort of like you're wondering which way you want to go and which path you want to take. You might be focusing on big esoteric kind of questions, but it seems like February kind of brings, I'm not going to say an epiphany, but it brings things into balance. It brings things into better focus, both materially and spiritually. So you might have a prophetic dream or something like that, but you are going to get some sort of a realization here. Okay, and then we have the Tower, and the Tower is it's not a good card. February is going to end up on a note. When I see that tower, it feels almost like a house of cards kind of thing. You know how in the beginning of February it's saying keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. This is a good time for you to see what else is out there for you. And that's probably because where you're at right now is basically a house of cards. Something's going to fall here, but you're going to have an exit offered to you early on in the month. So this is a month to look to maybe make some changes and advances. Jump ship before it sinks. Okay. And who is next?
Next, we have Karen Guy.
Hi, Karen.
Who is also looking for messages.
Messages? Oh, it's good to see you too, Karen. Okay, messages from your guides. I'm going to pull out the
Well, are you now?
yeah.
Because it's so good on camera.
I know.
Can you hold it up at least? Oh, yeah, that works.
Like that?
Well, no, that's not high enough. There works.
Okay. I just use this to just kind of get energies going here. You've got a lot of energies around you, Karen, and your guides are telling me that they are communicating with you and you're not really listening and paying attention. So, I forgot to ask them. Hang on, let me ask them what they want to tell you. Okay. It feels like they're wanting you to take a good solid look at your living situation. There might be something better you can do there. You know,
Moving on up to the east side.
something like that. But it feels more like out in the country because it's kind of like they're showing me a bucolic kind of scene, you know, with
Out in the
cherry
country.
blossoms, blah 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 blah. Okay,
Are you going to eat a lot of peaches? Out in the country.
peaches are good.
Anyhow, who's next?
High Priestess
High
Tara.
Priestess wants the runes.
Going
Court.
back to court on February 13th. It's too bad it's not a Friday.
Does she have freaking flyer miles there?
Yeah, do you have frequent flyer miles? Does your attorney validate parking for you? Club soda. I love club soda. Okay. High Priestess and another court date. February 13th. Ooh, this isn't gonna go well for your ex. Is he being a jerk or something? Because I just feel like there's a bit of intolerance or impatience for him. Let's see. Okay. I just want to focus in on these two together. I'm not sure why he's going to court because you didn't tell me, but you remember I said it wasn't going to go too well for him? My guess is that this has to do with child support because it does have something to do with the child because basically the judge's message to him is you created her, you take responsibility. So, yeah, he's sort of be a parent, right? So let's just see what's really at the heart of this.
Always money.
Yeah. Excuse me. But you know, at the heart, at the base of it, you've got Gebu, which is gift, which is serendipity, and we know because you've come over the past little while, so we know that you're going to school, you're working on improving your life, and you've grown a shiny new spine, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't like. And your 3-year-old, 3 going on 30, is amazingly communicative of her feelings, which another thing he doesn't like. The thing that he's most afraid of with you is you finding other love because you're getting out there and you're going to school and you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to meet more quality people, and that's exactly what he's afraid of. You know, I think he may have wanted you to just crash and burn and come crawling back instead of look like you're building a future and headed in a really good direction. And you are you are in a position in life that will attract love to you, and that's another thing that he's afraid of. He's afraid of a lot of things. He must be a pretty weak little man with a mommy complex. Yeah. with a mommy complex, and he's so torn because he wants to be a little boy, but he wants to grow up too. Yeah. This one right here. This one right here is probably Fayhue. And I just say that because he coming into this, he just seems so ridiculous. So yeah, the judge is basically going to tell him to suck it up and be a man. So you want to know if you win? You win. Does he change? Never. Never. But the thing that kills him the most is that he's afraid that you're going to have a good life.
So have
without
a good
his
life.
permission. Yeah, so
have a good life.
Yeah.
Send him pictures of it.
Post pictures of your graduation.
No, just pictures of sunsets, nothing else.
Okay.
Hi, Suzanne. Happy new moon to you as well.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Karen James wants messages from her guides.
Okay.
That's the theme today.
That's okay. Oh, Kara. I'm just putting this down here because I like to have this one close when it feels like your guides say that your grandmother is trying to communicate with you. And I don't know whether she's playing tricks on you or appearing in your dreams or something, but somebody's either, I'm not sure whether you're just smelling things or whether she's shifting things around. She's showing me shifting things around a little bit. So if you're losing things around the house, that's your grandmother trying to get in touch with you. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, who's next?
Oh, that was quick.
Well, it was a pretty simple message. She wanted to know, what do they want me to know? That's what they want you to know.
All right, well, here's a good one. What's my purpose in life? For Glanifa.
Wow, that's a pretty heavy. Keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only.
It is. I think that's a good one for the Leaderman.
Okay, so we haven't seen this one in a while. The Lenormand. And this is the maybe Lenormand. Okay, Glanifa's purpose. So 6 cards. So the first thing is that you have been given some pretty sharp instincts. And it feels to me like one of the reasons, because you're talking about purpose in life, is to kind of clear confusion for people. So it tells me that you spot things better than others do. And so you were born to be a leader. You are showing up as a fox. So you are a little bit of a trickster too, but that's okay. I like that. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so it says that you have been blessed with a sharper wit and sharper senses than other people. One of your best purposes here is to clear things up, and you have like a really Girl Friday kind of feel to you, sort of like I don't know whether you ever watched WKRP in Cincinnati, but the Jennifer character who she had the whole book of business in her head and kept everything straight, even though she was calm, cool, and collected. It's kind of like that's one of your things. So it's sort of like you're given these sharp senses, but then put into a life of service. So it also promises that if you make somebody else's life better, that the universe will reward you 3 times over. Well, it says 4 times over, so 4 times over. So yeah, you were meant to succeed in this life, but help others out along the way too. Okay, there you go.
Okay, and next we have Donna. What's up for February for Donna?
Okay, so Donna, since these are in my hand, I'm going to continue with the Lenormand.
Wow, what a surprise.
I like the Lenormand. We're just going to...
That's why I pulled them out for you. Who will be the lucky person to get Bruce's cards?
Okay. So... Okay, so for February, you do have some challenges for February. A big one comes toward the end of February. And when I look at this toward the end of February, I think you may be looking at a change of residence. And at our age, moving is always really stressful. But I'm looking at this and it feels like you might get a grant or a fund or housing has become available, but it does look like you're looking at a change of housing. And it does feel like a good thing, but then again, there's that idea of stress of moving. So that's the good and bad news all rolled up into one. Let's get closer into the early parts of February. It starts out with this card, the two crossed swords, the two of clubs, and that's a card of truce. Okay, so it talks about making peace between two people close to you. So it does feel like there's a truce, and it's almost like it's a gift to you. So I think that this might be your dueling sons, where they're going to make peace because it hurts you too much. But overall, February is a good month for you. It seems to be a key month. So it does bring some positive changes in your life, but it does come with a bit of work to it too. Awesome.
All right, next we have Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Sammy gonna be pregnant this year? Even the dog got excited on that one.
Okay. Inside joke.
Inside joke.
Okay.
All right, all serious now.
All serious. Sammy getting pregnant. Ooh, you got little boy energies around. Oh, I'm just trying to figure this out. So that would be okay. So, the quick answer is yes, and that is over the summer. It looks to be a boy. There are a lot of swords here, so that tells me that you might have a lot of restrictions, and you may have to take extra good care of yourself through the pregnancy. And you also might have to have a cesarean at the end of it. But yes, you will get pregnant and it will be a boy.
Okay, well, there you go, Sammy. You know what's next, baby?
Pick 3.
Yeah, as soon as I hit enter.
All right, so we'll just keep on the switching cards up.
Are we doing that today?
Sure.
Going round and round and round?
Round and round and round.
Well, I didn't leave all the cards out for you.
Okay, so actually, I think that maybe after the pick 3, I might do some crystal readings. Yes. 1, 2, 3. So which one did you pick, my friends? Did you pick card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your tarot card for this week is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And the Ace of Pentacles right side up talks about money-making opportunity being handed to you. When it's reversed like that, that opportunity is still there, but it might not be quite so easy to grab onto. So don't miss an opportunity that's being handed to you. This might not be a good week to hesitate. Something's handed to you, grab it before it gets dropped. Okay. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your tarot card for this week is the Hierophant reversed. And the right side up, the Hierophant is about doing things by the rules. It's society. There is a bit of gossip attached to this. So this week, you've got the Hierophant reversed. So this tells me that this is a good week for you to be original and be creative. And it's an exceptionally good week for you not to listen to gossip. Okay. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your tarot card for this week is the 4 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles, it is a bit of a miser card. And it talks about holding on to what one has tightly. And this is not a good week for you to spend. This is a good week for you to plan and save and hold on to your resources tightly. Okay, so thank you for participating in pick 3.
Well, that was fun.
Yes.
Let's see who's next.
It looks like Glenifa's having buyer's remorse.
Is she? She wants to ask another question?
Glenifa says, deep question. Bit, if it's too much, I can ask another question.
Oh, no questions too much.
Oh, well, we already asked.
Oh, yeah, we already answered a question.
Okay.
No question too big, no question too small. Not saying you're going to like the answer, but...
But it's for entertainment purposes only, and we don't do medical questions.
Suzanne wants to know about the next few weeks.
Okay, so Suzanne, we're just going to take Pamela Coleman Smith deck and continue on with that one. The next few weeks for Suzanne. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Suzanne.
You know what the absolute worst thing would be for Suzanne? 3 weeks of having nothing to do.
Oh my goodness. That sounds awful. It sincerely does. And the funniest part about it is, well, I'm thinking about Suzanne in the next 3 weeks. All I'm seeing is a whirlwind.
Well, what a surprise.
It starts out the 3 weeks. This might cover more than 3 weeks. Yeah. Okay, so nice. Okay, so over the next 3 weeks, you see you have the 3 reversed here, but you also have the 3 cups pouring out here. And remember I said that your guys want to talk more about more than just 3 weeks, because it looks like you put a 3-week deadline on yourself, and it's saying that your best offers come after 3 weeks. After the 3-week period, you get 2 offers, and you take one of them. So it's going to be a little bit more than 3 weeks.
And next we have Stardust C.
Hello, Stardust C.
Her cousins are trying to take away her parents' property. Let's have a look to see what Stardust C's parents' property and cousin situation is like.
Wait a second. You're missing Cindy.
Mrs. Cindy?
You miss Cindy.
Really?
Asking about grandbabies. Yeah, you missed a few. Stardust C, we will get to you.
Oh, no, Stardust C retracted that question, but it doesn't show up on mine.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, well, she retracted the question and she said she don't want to hear about it.
Okay.
All right, Cindy Cotton, grandbabies for this year.
Ooh, grandbabies.
You got a whole 11 months to go.
Grandbabies are the best. The absolute best. Okay, yes. You get 1 grandbaby in the fall, but then there's news of a second one. So you 1.5.
So we're looking like it's September there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that was easy.
That was.
Khalifa, we'll get back to that question. We got a lot of people asking questions today. Grace wants a love reading.
All right. 3 cards for Grace and love.
She's wanting somebody significant soon. Grace, do you know what significant means?
It always starts by focusing in on yourself. Think of who you want in your life and be that the person you would want in your life would like. That sounds a lot more. What I'm trying to say is you can only adjust who you are and how you react. You can't control what the world does to you. Okay, lover for Grace. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah. Yes. You will get. Yeah, I do see a lover coming in for you in April. I'm going to say March or April because this almost feels like saying 9 weeks. But 9 weeks would put you into March, not April, even though this says April. But the one thing about the guy coming into your life, and the one thing the cards are telling me, is that you're going to actually bring a grown-up into your life.
Sugar daddy.
So, yes, you will attract somebody in your life.
There you go, sugar daddy. Sarada Rout wants to know whether Bibek is going to be her future husband.
Okay.
Well, Sally's shuffling the cards there. Why don't you guys go and hit that like button for me?
They're giving me an interesting answer. They're saying you already know the answer. And I'm wondering if something about this has already been discussed or something along those lines, where it's a little bit more than just a musing as to whether this is going to be whether he's going to be your future husband, because this Page of Swords is telling me that's the whole intention of this relationship, and you know it. And the cards are also saying you got to keep in mind that this is a time for you to focus in on yourself, that there's more than just becoming somebody's wife. That this is a time for you to be focused in on studies and learning and enlightenment. But the overall answer to your question is yes, and you know it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
Alicia, no different, Alicia.
Okay.
Alicia has misplaced a brown folder. Got some good information on her daughter and granddaughters in there. Some juicy tidbits.
Ooh.
Where's that folder?
Bottom drawer. It's kind of like bottom drawer, but it's maybe buried under something.
I got behind the couch.
Still kind of buried, but I really thought that because it felt like it was under papers.
Yeah, I would maybe check the side tables beside the couch. Okay. And next, Lynette wants to know, how do I cope or deal with living with a toxic or stressful family?
Oh, yikes.
Get out.
Yes. Well, a couple of things that I found are good. There's a product called Florida Water, which is really great as far as clearing energies, because I'm pretty sure that you're probably in an area where you can't smudge. And so this will do the same thing as smudge without the smoke. And it smells good. Clean your areas with that frequently, especially the doorways and your doorknobs. Also, it's good for you to just put a little bit of rosemary oil on the back of your neck. And when I say a little bit, I mean a molecule. You don't want to go around smelling like spaghetti, but rosemary is very, very powerful as far as an anti-negativity. And so that'll protect you a bit too. And you want to put on the nape of your neck because that's your most sensitive spot. Say the Lord's Prayer a lot. I'm giving you things that will put a white aura around you that will protect you from the toxic energy, because I'm pretty, you say you're living with a toxic and stressful family, and you wouldn't be living with a toxic family if you were able to be on your own. And so I would put, being able to get out of there a little closer to the top of my priority list. But those things will help you to clean the energies in your room and at least give you a safe spot. Also, snowflake obsidian. If you put a snowflake obsidian in every corner of your room, that's going to kind of bounce back negative energies that are sent your way. But your number one way to get rid of it is to get out of the place. You know that.
All right. Then next we have Stardust C, who's got so many questions today that I think maybe we just get her to calm down for a minute. All right, everybody. Follow along. Inhale. 2, 3. Hold. 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Repeat.
Okay, so strawberry rose.
That was lesson 1, Stardust C.
Strawberry rose. Energy update for me and Jay, please. No contact in 4 months. Well, that's a long time to be out of contact.
Or a blessing.
Yeah, probably a blessing. But let's just see what energies are there, if any. And you asked me, and I'm not going to lie to you. If there are no energies there, I'm going to tell you. Oh. I just want to see what this gob of cards was. Yeah, there's your 4 months right there. And it's all about you and your feelings. Okay. And there's this idea of who you are and the love that you have, and that warning that maybe it was a little bit intense for him, because where I see it's leading you is that you're a little out of control. You know, like you don't have a handle on the situation right now, and so it's kind of gone on a bad road here. Let's see what else it has to say. And there he is. And it's kind of like, I guess you said I love you and he ran. Okay, and when I see this, it's kind of like looking toward the past. And I think what the cards are telling me is that going toward him, even though I know that you've kind of risked yourself and put yourself out there, and then he runs on you and he ghosts you. But it's kind of saying, you're going to be better off making him a part of your past, because whatever you suspect is what you know anyway. But the idea of like this card, the King of Cups reverse is kind of a selfish kind of male energy. And so I really think that you're better off without him. And the longer the time goes by, the better off you are without him. Because you figure with every passing day, it just says that you're not number one on his list. It's time for you to move on and try and let go of him and get that hook out of your heart.
Hey, Sally, why don't you let people know how to get a reading from you?
All right. So if you want to come to Stratford to see your queen in person, give the spa near the tracks a call 519-272-1293, or you can go to my website where I have listed my available dates at the spa, and you can click right there to make your appointment through our website. Or I can do a reading online from anywhere in the world. Just send me an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com and we'll set one up for you.
The Sahara might be a little difficult.
As long as they have an internet connection.
Oh, sorry. I thought anywhere you were in the world. All right, Stardust C's cousin question. Stardust C's cousins are trying to take her parents' house. Will they succeed? How does she fight back? Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of
Yeah, it just sounds like a Reddit story.
Indeed it does.
Like, why do they think they have right to your parents' property? Yeah, they didn't leave a will. Okay. See what the cards have to say. Age of Swords. Age of Swords is about it is about legalities and messages and legal messages. There might be some sort of a delay there. I wonder if you've gotten a lawyer yet, because all the secrets have not come out yet. I see that right there. That's interesting. What sort of liens come with that property? Because it says that, yeah, there's these legalities and there's continuances, but there's things about the property that haven't come through yet. But the one thing that I'm looking at is where it ends up with that 10 of Wands. That talks about debts and responsibilities and obligations. So they may be looking at property and actually asking for a lot of debt and responsibility. So all the facts have not been brought out yet. There's a twist here.
Yep. A&A or Twisting in the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Stardust C. No, we've already answered your question. Yvette wants an interview before the month ends. She's got 8 days. 9 days.
Interview. Oh, that's not bad. That's over a week. Job market's good.
Depending on where you are.
Mm.
And your qualifications. Never mind, I said that. You don't need to be qualified for anything these days. They'll hire you just for showing up. As long as you keep showing up.
Okay, vet and a job interview. Yeah, you can get one before the end of the week. Might not be exactly what you want, but you were just asking when you could get one. Looks like one's going to be offered to you before the end of the week. Within a week. There you go. And we still get that doggone 10 of wands. Oh, okay, so. Yes, you get the job interview. They're kind of giving you a heads up on the job. There's a lot of little things. And so it's going to require some big time organizational skills. This job comes with a lot of responsibilities. Make sure that you get a job description in writing.
Okay, next we have. Oh, got that one. Kaylee. Anything in Kaylee's near future she should be aware of? Any cautionary tales or messages?
Okay, so what does Kaylee need to know? What does Kaylee need to know? Uh-oh, you can't trust your friends, girl. That's the first thing that came out, and I haven't even shuffled the cards. You need to be careful about your friends. You might have some wolf in sheep's clothing there. Ooh. No wonder you can't trust your friends. You can't trust your friends. You've got there's something happening with you romantically. There's a good romantic relationship happening around you, and you've got a good new beginning coming. And then you've got somebody who's super duper jealous of you, who might try and poison the good things that you have. So again, watch out for your friends. But you got something coming towards you very good in love.
Hey, folks, if you haven't hit that like button yet, now's a good time. Stardust C, I think it's time for you to actually have a reading, like a full-on reading. All right, who is next? I'm working on it.
Stardust C, that's a question that you have to ask your lawyers.
All right, well, how about this one? What are Stardust C's psychic abilities?
Well, it depends on what which one are you going to, what are psychic?
Well, I think maybe, how about a little lesson in psychic abilities and what that actually means? Because people think everyone's a clairvoyant.
Well,
and without
yeah.
getting into the clairsentient part, where which I think more people are clairsentient than anything else.
I think we all have a bit of psychic ability on one level or another. The biggest step toward developing that is to get into the habit of meditating. And so if you go to my website, sallydiane.com, you'll find that there's an article on meditation. Follow that exercise. Get into the habit of doing a true meditation, and you'll find that your guides will break through and start to talk to you. Okay, so I'd say that would be step one. And then read the other articles. Try the tarot and the things I say about the tarot, the runes, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for people is learning to recognize the thoughts that aren't yours.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Having to learn to recognize the thoughts that aren't yours. And it takes a little bit of practice, but once you got it, it's easy. Like riding a bike.
Okay. And I wanted to make a comment to start us see, because what she got, because I didn't understand what I was looking at, because when you asked the question, I thought that your cousins were trying to get your parents' property. But you asked, and it makes sense if your aunt and uncle, if your parents had debts to your aunt and uncle. And that seemed to be a big part of it. And that there's stuff that you don't know. So that might be part of it too. That this has to do with debts. I know it has to do with debts of some sort.
Leaf, when we did your reading.
We did.
Yeah. Once we're done, why don't you watch it back? All right.
Okay, so how are we doing?
Well, I think we ran out of questions all of a sudden. What's going on with that?
Well, it's 10 o'clock.
Well, it's not quite 10 o'clock, but it looks like we're going to actually get to the start of Curse of Oak Island.
Yes. Oh, love that show.
Watch it not be a new one today.
Oh, that'd be such a bummer. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember to tune in every Sunday at 9 p.m. and tell your friends about me. That would help a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Share the video to your timeline.
Yes. Yes. And this week I'm going to try and do a video that gives the breakdown on the different animals on the Chinese horoscope for the year of the rabbit.
Are you going to do a reading for each animal?
Yeah.
All right, on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 12 animals, 12 readings for...
12 videos.
Oh, 12 videos? Okay.
Oh, of course.
So I have a busy week. And we'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.